Hi. It's been a long time since I've sat myself in front of a camera and posted to YouTube, but I'm going to start doing that again, and I'm going to start taking it more seriously. I will eventually get a real camera and a microphone. I'm sure the sound quality is not very good, but you have to start somewhere. Right now I don't have a microphone or a camera, but I want to share my thoughts, and I'm tired of putting off this whole philosophical YouTube thing, and I'm trying to get comfortable with the idea of just talking to a camera. I'm literally sitting here talking to myself, so it's kind of weird, but I figured I'll have to get used to that at some point if I am to take seriously the idea of actually making YouTube videos. I have a minor in philosophy, so hopefully my ideas are somewhat novel. Hopefully I can share what I've learned, not in the sense of quiz question type of facts. I might share the occasional trivial detail if I want to. It's my channel, I can do what I want, but more so what I've learned is kind of just how to think about things, which sounds pretentious and vague, and maybe I'm a little pretentious and vague sometimes, but aren't we all? I've been thinking about apathy and indifference and empathy. Is it a blessing or a curse to feel everything so deeply? Is it a blessing or a curse to care deeply about things, to care to feel another's pain? There are two extremes that people often take. There's complete indifference. A lot of people are very indifferent. They don't realize it, but just how indifferent they are to the world around them. We live in a time of moral relativism, which has some merit to some extent, but apathy and indifference is so common. And one thing, I'll share words from a paper that I read for an ethics class. And again, I'm trying to speak clearly. I don't have a microphone. Hopefully this comes off not sounding terrible. Anyway, it is strikingly clear that the poles that lie at the distant points of this sphere are morally unacceptable. Indifference, and he's talking about just complete indifference to others' suffering, complete apathy towards the immorality actions around the immoral actions of others. Complete indifference is morally horrifying, but extreme sensitivity, feeling everything, feeling for every cause, caring about every cause, is unstable. It's unsustainable. If you can't care, it's just the unfortunate reality that sometimes when you try to care, when you care deeply about so many things, sometimes you just get so exhausted from that you actually gravitate and overcorrect towards indifference. You know, that usually doesn't last forever. The point still stands that it's psychologically unsustainable. But this whole work is titled Between Indifference and Anguish. I believe it's just a chapter of a book. It's only yay big. But the author never reaches a clear middle ground. In most virtues, do have a middle ground. Bravery is the virtuous mean between cowardice and rashness. Most virtues are virtues by virtue of being this golden mean between two vices. Like the example, what was I just talking about? Courage. Like so, like that example. It's a virtuous mean, but there is no mean. We can't care about everything because it's unstable. We can't not care about anything because I shouldn't have to explain why that's morally problematic. To just not care about other people. I have problems with this kind of extreme sense of individualism that people like to live by. And individualism, big word, individualism has its merits. I'll give it that. It's not completely morally abhorrent movement. But people take it too far. They try to locate their identity separate. They try to determine their identity completely separate from the external things and other people. But that just doesn't make any sense. I'm only me in relation to you. I only am who I am in relationship with the world. I'm not just some independent being. Moral relativism keeps me up at night. I think that right is right, and I think that wrong is wrong. And I know morals are gray. Morality is gray. I'm not so naive to think that it's completely black and white. But I don't think it's relative either. I think there has to be that mean between. We have to be able to think of a golden mean between completely telling people what to do and how to think, and just completely telling them that everything that they do or think so is right just because they think it's right. Those are some things on my mind right now. I had another point, but I think I'll save that for another video. This was a test run. Maybe these ideas made sense. Maybe they didn't. Maybe I'll even private this video one day once I have a better setup and, more real videos, maybe some real editing, some different footage to keep it entertaining. A lot of lakes. If you like lakes, you'll like the videos I'll be posting eventually. When I graduate, I'll have more time to actually focus. Maybe I'll write a script. I don't have a script. I kind of have a few bullet points, and obviously I read from this paper. It is surprisingly easy to sit and talk in front of a camera for 9 minutes. I thought it would be more difficult. Once I got going, I think it's fine. At this point, I really am talking to myself. If you've watched this far, I am grateful. I am. But anyway, this was, like I said, mostly a test run. Eventually I'll have real editing, editing to the best of my ability. And I have to start somewhere, so at first it probably won't be very good. But I guess it's better than no editing. Eventually I'll have a microphone, a camera, and I'll go more in depth on the topic. But I don't want this video to last forever. It's already almost 10 minutes long, and I need to read and stretch and eat more watermelon. So, anyway, I haven't thought of a cool outro yet, but farewell.